while I'm taking attendance on page 124. Page 124. So we have Chase. Chase and his brother like to play basketball, and about a month ago, they decided to make it even a little bit more competitive. They've started keeping track of who wins each game. As of today, Chase has won 18 out of the 30 games against his brother. So they're pretty much playing every day, right? 30 games if they play one game a day. Don't know what their schedule is. Maybe they like playing back-to-back. Before we do part A, I want you to figure out what is Chase's winning record as a percent right now. He's won 18 out of 30 games. I want you to tell me the percent of games he's won. Do that on your paper, somewhere on there. It doesn't have to be right under the words. I'm going to take attendance while you guys are figuring out what that percent is right now. So before we even do part A, what is the percent of games that Chase has won? So what'd you guys get? 60%. Tell me what you did to get 60%. 18 divided by 30. So your calculator, when you did that, said 60? 0.6. It said 0.6. And so that means 60%. Because when they give us a decimal on our calculator, we take it, multiply it by 100. So you move the decimal place 2 places. So we do want to be writing these down as percents if that's what they're asking for on the question. So 0.6 or 60%. Why did you put the 18 in the numerator?
Because they won 18 out of 30.
18 is the games won, right? So games won. What is the 30 then? All the games played. So we can think of that as our total, right? I want to make sure that we're understanding this fraction, because as we dig into part A, Chase really wants to not just have 60% of the games won. He wants to up his game, doesn't he? What does he want to take his record up to? 75%. So I'm using this right here as a guide to help me set this up. Here you said it was 60%, and where is that in this equation here? Where is the 60%? Is that 60%?
I'm confused on the question.
Is the 18 the percentage?
Yeah? No?
What's the percent? Like where?
Right there.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wants his winning record to go up to 75%, what would I put right here then?
75.
Yes. Just 75?
0.75?
Yep. 0.75. He wants it to go up to 0.75. We're taking 75%, dividing it by 100 to get 0.75, right? Okay. I'm going to have a proportion or a ratio on the other side just like this, because I would need to divide two things to get that 0.75, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about what Chase has already done, because we're not going backwards in time. So if he's played games, they still have been played. They're still marked down on that tally sheet, right? What has Chase already done? How many games has he already won? 18. What else do we know about what Chase has already done?
He's played 30 games.
He's played 30 games. Where would I put that? In the bottom. But I know if I divide 18 by 30, I don't get 75, right? He wants his winning percentage to go up. What does the numerator, that 18, represent again? The games won. If he wants his percentage to go up, what has to happen to the games that he's won?
Go up.
That also has to go up. Do I know how much it has to go up by?
No.
What do I represent things that I don't know with in math?
X.
X. What should my X mean here?
The number of additional games or the
Yep.
games he's had?
Number of additional games that Chase needs to win. Okay, so you said he has to win more games if his percentage is going to go up, right? So I need 18 plus something. What's that 30 represent again?
Games he already played.
Games he's already played. He's won 18 out of those 30 games, right? If he wins more games, what does that mean? Can you win games you haven't played yet? So if he's going to win more games, then he must need to play more games. How do I represent that?
G. Well, we do two variables
Good question.
because clearly X is not going to be the same as the other variable as Y.
Is it or is it not? Read the question carefully.
It is the same for both games.
Tell me why it's the same.
Under both games.
They're both games. Tell me about how he's winning these games. In a row. Which means if he plays it, he wins it. And then the next game he plays and wins. And then he plays again and wins. If he's winning them in a row, then if he plays it, he wins it. Plays it, wins it. Plays it, wins it. So do I need a second variable or is it the same variable? Same variable here. He needs to win X games, so he has to play X games. I don't know what X is yet, but he's going to win this many games in a row.
Question.
Yes.
So you mean to tell me that we're going to add the same amount to each?
Yep.
18 and 30.
Yes. And we'll check it at the end because I want you to see and understand what's happening there. Absolutely. So now that I have my equation set up, what's my goal in this problem? What question do I want to answer?
What is X?
What is X? How many additional games does he need to win in a row in order to get up to 75%? And that's what my X is representing. Where is X in this equation right now? Where is X?
Where is it?
Yeah. In the fraction. In the numerator? In both the numerator and the denominator. Can I get it alone if it's in both the numerator and the denominator at the same time? I mean, eventually, but can I get it alone just like right now and just like, I don't want you in the denominator anymore. I can't just like scratch it out, right? So if I was going to try to do it to both, can I do something like that? That doesn't make sense. What can I do?
Would you do the cross thing?
I like the cross thing. When you talk about doing the cross thing, that's a way of getting rid of a fraction, right?
Yeah.
A fraction means what operation is happening? Division. What operation undoes division? Multiplication. Whatever's on the bottom of that fraction is what we're dividing by. So that's what I would want to multiply by. What is on the bottom of our fraction?
30
Not just 30.
plus X.
30 plus x. So I'm going to multiply by 30 plus x. Because what's true about multiplication and division? What do they do to each other?
Cancel out.
They cancel each other out. If I multiply by something and I divide by the same thing, they cancel each other out. Hey, Owen. Rules of algebra. If I do it to one side, gotta do it to the other side. So what should I do to the other side? Multiply by what? 30 plus x. If you do it to one side, you have to do the exact same thing to the other side. Hey, Dante. What's going to happen to this 30 plus x and this 30 plus x? They go away. They're going to cancel each other out. Asasia, what does that mean I have on the left side of my equation now then?
Just the 18 plus x.
18 plus x is absolutely correct. Tanisha, what's something I can do on the right side of the equation over here? What can I do so that I don't have to deal with parentheses anymore? Distribute. What operation am I using when I distribute? Multiplication. So let's take that 0.75 and multiply it by each piece there. Let's see. Jocelyn, can you grab a calculator for me? And do the 0.75 times 30. 22.5. And what would I get when I do 0.75 times x? Yep, so I have plus 0.75x. Still dealing with fractions? Sweet. Do I have all my x's together? No. Where are the x's now? Both sides. One's on the left, one's on the right. How do I get them on the same side now? Subtract. I'm going to subtract 0.75x from both sides. Is that a like term with the other x? How many x's is this? 1x. Can I do 1x minus 0.75x? Yes, I can. It's like $1 minus 75 cents. What is 1 minus 0.75? 0.25. Taylor, what do you think I should do now? Subtract the 18 from both sides. So I have 0.25x equals what? Kyla C. So I have 0.25x equals, what do I get when I do this subtraction here? 4.5. We are almost there. Edgar, what do you think I should do next?
Divide both sides by 125.
Absolutely. Divide both sides by 0.25. And Kyla H. What do I get when I do 4.5 divided by 0.25? 18. So what does my answer mean now? Yes. He's got to win the next 18 games in a row to get up to a 75% win record. You think he can do it? What do you guys think? Does that sound reasonable? There's at least a chance, right? For all we know, he lost the first 12, then he started practicing, and then he beat his brother 18 times in a row. We don't know what it looked like up here. But if he wins the next 18 games in a row, then he'll get to 75%. How do I know if that's right? We can check it. How would I go about checking it?
Substitute in the place of X.
Yes, we're going to substitute that in the place of X. So I would do 18 plus the next 18 games, right? That'd be my numerator. What's 18 plus 18? 36. He's already played 30 games. He needs to play 18 more if he's going to win 18 more. What's 30 plus 18? 48. Min, can you divide that for me to check 36 divided by 48? 0.75. Does that mean we're right or wrong? We are right. That is 75%. So this checks out. I want you guys to look at part B. What's the only thing that's different about part B than part A? It's 90%. So what's the only thing that would be different in my setup for that problem?
We're gonna times everything by 90 plus, 30 plus, what, 99?
Well, what was the percent here
Okay,
on this one?
75.
Where is that in my original setup?
75, is that the equal?
It's after the equal sign. Would this side look the same for part B?
Yeah, it can.
Mm-hmm. What would this side look like for part B? 0.90 or 0.90. Or you could just do 0.9. I want you guys to do part B. Work with a partner if you want to. I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 minutes to do part B on your own. It is exactly the same process as this one right here, just with a different percentage right here. So I'm going to leave my work up here. I want you guys to work through this one. About 5 minutes or so.
They move to the left, because I'm not moving.
You moved in the first place. This is your edit.
Okay, that's all.
You've got it in your book, though.
No, I didn't. I didn't write it down.
Okay, well, you're fine.
I forgot where I was going here. Okay, times 30 plus x. So we got 18. I didn't even touch it.
I believe it.
Oh, you did it on purpose. Oh, I saw her.
I see you falling asleep.
I got it though. I wrote it down.
Okay, you got it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that stand only works so well. Process is exactly the same. Close. Show me what happens when you divide those on your calculator. Show me what happens when you divide those on your calculator.
I got like
It's actually a little bit over 90. So it'd be great if you won that many in a
so
row.
it has to be exactly.
We're looking for exactly 90.
If you divide these two, would we get 0.1?
No, remember you're subtracting, but yes, you get 0.1 if you subtract.
Right. Wait.
Beautiful work.
Are we doing it again?
How many x's is this up here? 1. So you do 1 minus 0.9. That's like $1 minus 90 cents. If you have $1, and you go get a candy bar for 90 cents.
That's crazy. You're not.
How much do you have left?
That trips me out a little bit. Hold on, okay, so you have $1, so
Mhm.
1.0 minus
Minus 90 cents.
9, just 9, right?
You can do 0.9 or 0.90.
0.1?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's 10 cents. That's a dime.
Okay.
But you're doing it right. I know decimals throw us off sometimes.
Yeah.
How does this one work? It's 1.0 for 100%, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so when I subtract x and x, what does that get?
What's x minus x?
Yeah,
What is x minus x?
x.
5 minus 5 is 5. 10 minus
0.
10 is 10. 0.
So how do I, that's not possible, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So when we do
You did. You have to write
subtract
that
this two, is it gonna stay negative or positive?
What did your calculator say?
Positive.
Positive.
Oh, right, because of the
You
1.
like how you
Mm-hmm.
did it? You like,
It's like having $1
I did.
minus 90 cents.
am I right?
They would hand you change back, right? So you'd still have money left over. If it's a negative, then you still owe them money. Coming. Yes. That is perfect. Well, that's how many he would need to win. Doesn't mean he can actually pull it off.
Okay. On here, can we start on this one first? Because I want to do this by myself. But like, okay, so how did you get 25x?
So, do you see the x that's over on the left?
Yeah.
That's a 1x.
Okay.
1x minus 0.75x.
Oh.
Kind of like $1 minus 75 cents.
So I would do 1 minus 90.
1
and
minus
get-
0.90.
And get, what, 0.10?
Mm-hmm.
Got you. That's what I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we're supposed to add the
Yeah.
Hmm?
You're supposed to add the 0 onto the 9?
You don't have to. 0.9 is the same thing as 0.90.
So it's this one.
What went wrong? 0.1. Oh, 18 plus 18 doesn't cancel. But as soon as you fix that, the rest of your process is correct, and then it should give you the right answer.
I wouldn't do it.
Wonderful work, Audra. That's absolutely correct.
Hey, how do you set up the lesson?
Yay! Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. How many games?
90.
90 games. He wants to get up to a 90% winning record. So my setup is almost exactly the same, except I have a 0.90 right here. I multiply both sides by 30 plus x. So I have 18 plus x here. What do I have to do on the right? I have to distribute. What do I get when I do 0.90 times 30? 27. So I have 27, not 20, 27 plus 0.90x. If you just did 0.9, that's the same thing, guys. 0.9 and 0.90 is the same. It's like 90 cents. What would I do from here? Subtract what? What do I want to subtract? Yes, let's subtract 0.90x from both sides. What would that give me over on the left then? 0.1x. So I have 18 plus 0.1x, because remember, this is a 1x right here, is equal to 27. Tell me where to go from there. Subtract 18 from both sides. What's 27 minus 18? 9. So 0.1x equals 9. We divide by 0.1. X is 90. So Chase would have to win the next 90 games in a row. Likely? Probably not. Completely and totally impossible?
Yes. I got a question.
No. Yes.
Okay, so first one, I know it ain't coincidence that it was 18 plus 18 and 90 plus 90. Was that a coincidence?
18 plus 18. I guess I'm not following the. Are you talking about like when we went to check it?
Yeah.
Yeah, coincidence. Coincidence. Chase needs to win the next 90 games in a row. 2 more pieces. Next one should go pretty fast. Is Chase able to get to a 100% winning record?
No.
Why?
Because he already lost.
He's already lost some games. What does a 100% winning record mean? Yeah.
Common sense, I did the whole problem.
Never losing. So, no, this is not possible. Because he's already lost how many games? Yeah. He's already lost 12 games. All right, last one. Where do we start on this last question? What is our assumption here?
Where?
On part D.
Alright, so where do we start?
What is the assumption that we're beginning with? Yeah. He got to his winning record of 90%. Did anybody do the check for part B? If he won the next 90 games in a row,
108 over 120.
yes. After you've won games, can you like unwin them? No. So he had won 18 games and then he won 90 more. So he's got 108 wins in his pocket, right? Out of 30 games plus the next 90 in a row, 120 total games. When you divide that, you really get 0.90? Yep. Okay, so this is where he's at now. Because it said he got there. He did it. Then what happens to him? Yeah, he has a losing streak. I want you to think about this fraction. If he goes on a losing streak, does the numerator get bigger?
No.
Does it get smaller?
No. No.
No, why not? You can't unwin games. So does the numerator change at all if he goes on a losing streak? So my numerator is going to stay 108. What about the denominator? What'd you say? That's going to get bigger. Do we know how many more games he lost? So what should I call it? X. So this is the new ratio. How many games in a row would Chase have to lose in order to drop down to a winning record below 55%? How do I represent below 55%? With the mouth thing? We're going to do our inequality. Alligator eats the bigger thing, right? Should I use a less than or a greater than here? If I want it below. Less than. Should I have the or equal to with it? No. Because it says below 55%. Smaller than, not like 55% or less. It's straight up smaller than 55%. How do I represent the 55%? 0.55. So now I've got this proportion set up. What can I do with it from here? Times it by 120 plus x on both sides. I like that suggestion. Dante, I'm going to hit you up again.
For sure.
What happens to these two pieces?
Cancel out.
They cancel out. Thank you, sir. So what do I have left or remaining on the left-hand side?
108.
108. Talk to me about the right-hand side now. What do I need to do there? What property? That's okay. What property would we be using? Distributive property. Can you grab your calculator for me?
Yeah.
And multiply 0.55 by 120. 66. So 66 plus 0.55x. Zenith, what do you think my next step should be? Where is x right now?
Oh, you can subtract 66.
Yes. We can subtract 66 from 108. So I'm going to subtract 66 from both sides. What would that give me then? $42. 42, oh, not equals. We have a less than 0.55x. Kyla H, where to from here? Divide 0.55 on both sides. Owen, could you pop that in your calculator for me and tell me what you get? 76.4 or 76.36, right?
Yeah.
Point is we have a decimal here. It didn't come out to a whole number, did it? Alligator eats the bigger thing, right? Which thing is supposed to be bigger? The X. Can you lose 0.36 of a game? So are we talking about 76 games or 77 games? X is the thing we're looking for, right? Alligator eats the bigger thing is 76. If I put 76 in the place for X, is the alligator eating the bigger thing? No. What about if I do it the other way? 76.36. If I round the other direction, if I round it to 77, even though that seems to violate my rules of rounding, right? Is this true? Is the alligator eating the bigger thing here? Yes. So how many games in a row does he need to lose, minimum, to absolutely sink his fantastic record? 77 or more. If Chase loses the next 77 or more games, then his winning rate will drop. So that's how I would write that out. If he loses the next 77 or more games in a row, then his record drops below 55%. How could I check that? Yes, I can take 77, put it in here for X. So I would do, what, 108 divided by 120 plus 77. What's 120 plus 77? 197. What do I get if I divide those? 0.54 something, something, something. It's smaller than 0.55. So far, so good? That's all I got for you. Tomorrow, I'll take questions off your review. So if you haven't started that yet, please get started on that. I was also told that apparently one of the assignments, one of the homeworks from last week didn't have multiple attempts like it was supposed to. I'm going to get in and fix that today. It's a little toggle switch in Canvas, so sometimes it accidentally gets clicked. But I will make sure to set that to an unlimited number of attempts. So if you tried something again and it wouldn't let you, that will be fixed tonight. Please, 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 please work on your review, because I will answer your questions in class tomorrow. All right? If you come with no questions, then I will have no answers. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.